From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Wednesday, June 8th. Rain and storm chances are expected to once again increase throughout the day today. The best chance for storms will be the afternoon and evening hours. Some of them do have the potential to become strong to severe. Highs will top out in the upper 70s to low 80s. And some breaking news this morning into the newsroom. Former Olympic gymnasts and dozens of other assault victims are suing the FBI for failing to stop Larry Nassar. The lawsuit seeks more than $1 billion from the agency. Simone Biles, Allie Raceman, and Michaela Maroney are among the roughly 90 victims suing. Lawyers say they want to hold the FBI accountable. Indianapolis-based USA Gymnastics told FBI agents in 2015 that 3 gymnasts were assaulted by Nassar, a team doctor at the time. But FBI agents didn't open a formal investigation or tell federal or state authorities. Nassar wasn't arrested for more than a year, which lawyers say left him free to target more victims. Last month, the Justice Department decided for the second time not to pursue criminal charges against the former FBI agents involved. And an Indianapolis boy is in critical condition after a shooting on the east side. IMPD says officers found the victim shot at the Silverstone Mobile Home Park just before 10:30 last night. Medics took the boy to Eskenazi Hospital. IMPD says a person of interest is in custody. Police haven't said exactly how old the victim is, only that he's at least younger than 18. Officers also haven't said what may have led up to the shooting. Indiana gas prices soar to another record high. Right now, the state's average price for a gallon is $5.24 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. Just 9 Indiana counties have average prices under $5 this morning. That's $1 more than the price this time last month and up nearly a nickel since just yesterday. Goldman Sachs predicts prices will spike even higher this summer. Economists think crude oil prices will average $140 a barrel between July and September. That's up from previous predictions of $125 a barrel. Right now, prices sit at around $120. Goldman Sachs says oil prices have to rise in order to encourage production and normalize low inventory levels. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is calling on lawmakers to alleviate the impact of inflation on Americans. She testified before the Senate Financial Committee on Capitol Hill yesterday. She wants Congress to pass legislation lowering costs for childcare and prescription drugs, plus help families with affordable housing. Yellen says inflation is at unacceptable levels.
There's no question that we have huge inflation pressures, that inflation is really our top economic problem at this point, and that it's critical that we address it. So I do expect inflation to remain high, although I very much hope that it will be coming down now.
Yellen says inflation is not exclusive to the United States. She blamed Putin's war in Ukraine on having impacts on energy and food prices globally. And to the primary election in California, 2 high-profile races could signal a party transformation in a deeply blue state. 6-term Democrat Congresswoman Karen Bass and billionaire developer Rick Caruso advanced to a runoff election for Los Angeles mayor. If Bass wins come November, she'll make history as the first woman and the first black woman to lead America's second-largest city. If Caruso takes office, he's promising to be a different kind of Democrat who'll fix things that have been a problem. Both candidates have focused heavily on crime and homelessness throughout their campaigns.
I am humbled and honored and blessed to know that you have my back and I have yours, L.A.
That's the L.A. story we will write together starting tonight. My fellow Angelenos, we can make this city the city of our dreams.
The winner in November will replace Mayor Eric Garcetti. Voters in San Francisco overwhelmingly recalled Progressive District Attorney Chesa Boudin. Recall supporters call Boudin inexperienced and inflexible and say he often sided with offenders over victims. He won office in 2019. Now the city's mayor will appoint a replacement, but Boudin could run again in November. And we're hearing from a 4th-grade teacher who survived the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary School. Arnulfo Reyes says 11 of the 19 students killed by a gunman last month were in his class. Reyes says no amount of training could have prepared him for that day.
I told my kids to act like I'm there asleep, so I'm going to act like I'm asleep also. And I prayed and prayed that I would not hear none of my students talk.
Reyes says he pleaded with the victim's parents, saying he is sorry and that he tried his best. He says he played dead for 77 minutes until Border Patrol officers took the suspect down. Reyes says he's upset with police over their response time and for making him and his students feel abandoned. And an Academy Award-winning actor makes a personal, passionate plea for his hometown of Uvalde, Texas. Reach a higher ground on gun control. Matthew McConaughey appeared at the White House yesterday after spending days in Uvalde with survivors and families of victims. He met with lawmakers and urged them to pass legislation in honor of the victims. McConaughey says implementing new laws right now is the key to preventing more mass shootings.
So where do we start? We start by making the right choices on the issue that is in front of us today. We start by making laws that save innocent lives and don't infringe on our Second Amendment rights. We start right now by voting to pass policies that can keep us from having as many Columbine, Sandy Hooks, Parklands, Las Vegases, Buffaloes, and Uvaldes from here on.
A new poll from USA Today shows half of Republicans now support tightening federal gun restrictions. That's an increase from 35% last year. It comes as the U.S. is on pace for more mass shootings in a year than ever before. The Gun Violence Archive says there have already been 248 mass shootings in the country so far this year. House Democrats have expressed optimism that a deal for a tighter gun reform bill could be reached soon, and the House of Representatives will take more time to debate gun reform today. As we've reported, the Protecting Our Kids Act includes raising the purchasing age for some semi-automatic weapons from 18 to 21 years old. It would also federally outlaw high-capacity magazines and bump stocks. Support for the legislation is largely split among party lines. First, you're going to hear from Minnesota's Democrat Senator Amy Klobuchar, then South Dakota's Republican Senator John Thune.
I'm for an assault weapon ban, okay? I think you're not surprised by that. But 18 to 21 would be a major game changer in a lot of these shootings.
In my state, they use them to shoot prairie dogs and, other types of varmints. And so I think that there are legitimate reasons why people would want to have them.
Tomorrow, the House will take up a spending package that includes a national red flag bill. That bill would temporarily remove access to firearms for people deemed by federal court to be a risk to themselves or others. Indiana does have a red flag law similar to this one. A former Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler is out of federal prison early. Tyler left a West Virginia prison yesterday with more than 6 months left on his one-year sentence. He pleaded guilty to taking a bribe for city construction work. Tyler is still under supervised release until October. 8 other people face charges in connection to the FBI's corruption investigation. Crews in southern Indiana rescued a man who fell 30 feet into a quarry. It happened at Cooper Lane Quarry in Jeffersonville yesterday morning. Officials say the man was working as a contractor doing blasting work when he slipped and fell over the edge. Authorities say he suffered minor injuries and was alert and talking when crews got to him. To the Colts, the team opens its final week of off-season workouts without Darius Leonard. He's sitting out of minicamp this week after having back surgery. Head coach Frank Reich says Leonard noticed an issue in the early months of the offseason, and it eventually got worse. The star linebacker went under the knife yesterday. Reich is hopeful Leonard will be on the field for the season opener in September.
My mind is saying just as long as he's ready for the regular season. You know what I mean? Does he need to play in the preseason? Sure, it'd be nice to play a little bit, but if that doesn't happen, not worried about it.
Leonard told fans on Twitter that the surgery went well. He said, "If you know me, you know I always come back way better than I was." He added that his ankle, which gave him trouble last season, feels amazing. And the Colts' preseason schedule is out. All 3 games are in August. The first matchup is in Buffalo on August 13th. Then Lucas Oil Stadium hosts 2 Saturday games. The first is against the Lions. Then on the 27th, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers come to town. The State Fair announced 5 new acts. We the Kingdom performs July 31st, Trace Adkins August 10th. Casey and the Sunshine Band return to the fair August 12th. The fair will feature Latino Fest on the 13th, and there will also be a Gospel Music Day on the 21st. The fair starts July 29th at the State Fairgrounds. And finally, Wish TV is proud to take part in our 3rd annual Great Pasta Push. We need your help to fill the shelves at Second Helpings with pasta. Last year, we raised enough for more than 145,000 meals, and we're looking to beat that this year. Fazoli's did its part to help out. The company donated 1,100 pounds of spaghetti yesterday. And you can help feed families across central Indiana, too. You can donate money. $5 feeds a family of 4. You can also donate pasta. They're most in need of elbow macaroni and spaghetti. An easy way to find how to donate, there's a link, or to find where you can drop off pasta is go to wishtv.com/pasta. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.